Section 4.2, homework problems 1, 2, and 3. So number 1, we are going to explain why when we multiply, so we're going to use example to explain why whenever we multiply a number by 10 or 10 times a number, we move the digits and one place to the left. So we can use 10 times 34 as an example to explain. So what I did in class was I used the toothpicks to demonstrate why, but over here you just need to explain in words. You don't have to use the real objects. When you teach in the classroom, we probably should. So when we multiply here, we split 34 as 3 bundles of 10 and 4 individual toothpicks. So 3 10s and 4 individual ones. So we're going to discuss separately. So first we're going to do 10 copies of 3 10s. So that will give us 30 10s, because 10 times 3 10s, that 10 times 3, that gives us 30. So we have 30 10s. And we know 30 bundles of 10, that actually from the place value we learned in chapter 1, whenever we have a bundle of 10, we have to bundle them up, move to the next place. So if we have 10 bundles, whenever we have something of 10, so if we have 10 10s, we should bundle these 10 bundles into 100. So since we have 3 10 10s, so that's going to be turned into 300 bundles. So that's why, I guess you don't have to go into that much detail, so you could just say 30 10s, which is 300s. Again, in the tens place, we're not allowed to have a 30 in there, right? So every 10, it becomes 100. So if you have 30 tens, that becomes 300. Okay, so now let's explain. So that tells us when you have a 34, it has to be multiplied by 10. It's going to be moved to, after we multiply by 10, it's going to be moved to 300, hundreds place. And now we're going to explain this 4 ones place. 4 ones is going to be moved to the 4 tenths. And for the ones place, we're going to just put a 0 there. So it's kind of like shifting everything to the left and one place. So now I explain the 4 ones. So we had 4 units. Now, because we multiply by 10, we do 10 copies of each individual of them. So we got 40 units, which is 4 tenths. And again, originally we have 4 individual toothpicks, because each of them is going to be turned into a bundle of times 10 becomes a bundle of 10, a bundle of 10, a bundle of 10, a bundle of 10. So that's why we got end up with 4. We went from 4 individual toothpicks to 4 bundles of 10. That's why we have to move the digit 4 from the ones place to the tens place. So after we explain each digit, now we can say in any number, when it is multiplied by 10, each digit shifts one place to the left. Miss the place here. All right, and next question about decimals, which can be explained very similarly. So we have 10 times 3.4. And some students, so first of all, some students might think we're adding a 0 like whole numbers, because usually we don't say use the shift the digits, we say adding a 0, but it doesn't work for decimals, because when we add a 0 on the in the hundredths place, the decimal doesn't really change. The place value doesn't change. So that's why we have to use the shifting digits explanation to explain. Now, number 3. So for number 1, we know whenever we multiply by 10, we do 10 times. We have to shift the digits one place to the left. But what if we multiply by 10,000? And so you notice that 10,000, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. So that means you can add 4 zeros or shift the digits 4 places to the left. But how do we explain that? Why? So why we know how to explain if you multiply by 10, shift to one place. But multiply by 100 would be shifting 2 places. It seems intuitive, but we still need to be able to explain that to our students. So what we do is we can break 100 as 10 times 10. So whenever we multiply any number by 100, imagine we're doing multiplication twice. So let's say we have 34 times 10 times 100. We could do 34 times 10 and then get an answer, and then times another 10. That's the same thing, because 100 can be factored as 10 times 10, and we use this associative property and to multiply 34 and 10 first, and then times another 10. So that, and from question number 1, we already explained, whenever we multiply a number by 10, we shift each digit one place to the left. And then if we multiply another 10, then we shift each digit by one place to the left again. That's a total of 2 places to the left. So when you explain, you will have to break this number down, 10,000, as 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. So whenever you multiply any number by 10,000, it's literally like this number times 10, and then times another 10, times another 10, and times another 10. So you will have to explain this way.